Hi, we're just past Edith Lake here in Kamloops. We parked our car here. That's Edith Lake down that way. It's busy with campers and that down today, and they said no fires. So I'm going to take you on a little walk up here. This area here is an area I used to mountain bike back in the day, and even dirt bike. They got this big gate here to keep people out. So we shouldn't get disturbed up here. And this ought to be fun. We'll see if we can find a little place to build a fire maybe. I've already been on one hike today. So with my friend Bill again and his dog. It's a little bit chilly out, but Edith Lake is on a little road. You take Long Lake Road, and it's a road that turns off to the right. Spent many years up here riding ATVs and dirt bikes and mountain bikes and hiking. And there is a little lake up here I want to go check out. And there wasn't a bunch of signs pasted up, no trespassing, as long as you're respectful, you know. And we've got the big cattle guard here, a little birdhouse. What's the birdhouse say? Huh, interesting. Yeah, well, let's be careful on these cattle guards. They can be slippery. They give you a little place to go around. But, yeah, but just a little ways above Edith Lake here. Those snowy mountains way in the distance there, that's Lac Lejeune. And we're going to take a bit of a walk. Hopefully I don't get too cold. I left my down vest in the car again. But we'll be okay. We'll keep walking. I'm going to turn it off for a couple minutes here and get a little bit further up ahead. See if I can get as far as the eye can see before we do anything. And it's starting to rain. Let's keep rolling. So we just came from over there. Just walked past the first field and a little grove of trees here. And this is country, man. This is cool. I remember. This is what everyone remembers if you live in the country, or roads like this, right? Little double tracks. There's a little cow trail here. It's probably a shortcut, but I think we'll stick to the main road. Yeah, just past Edith Lake. You can't really miss it. Eventually, if you keep walking or keep, hey, mountain bike, we used to mountain bike in here, e-bike. I should bring my e-bike up in here. This is perfect for e-biking. You can get way up to the pipeline, and there's ways to get up to Rossmore Lake and even Lejeune. Lejeune, as far as the eye can see, that direction. Lac Lejeune, where we were, Lac Lejeune, Stake Lake, all those areas up there. It's fairly high elevation up here. You can hear those birdies. Cool. But maybe we'll turn it off again. I'm looking forward to finding a little spot to maybe build a small fire. I've got a place in mind. And then we'll just kick back there for a while. Does that sound okay? Sounds good to me. It's a bit of a walk, but we'll get there. If you find gates in that open, farmers' fields, leave them open. If they're closed, leave them closed. That's the rules. Usually it's got to do with cattle and that. You know what I think of that? I don't eat them. Used to eat lots of them. Tons of them. But I outgrew it, right? I don't think it's necessary. Okay. Everybody in their own time, I guess. There used to be more barns and stuff in here. They must have eventually disintegrated, but you still got parts of a couple old barns, homestead in here. I used to love going inside those places, and sometimes you'd find old newspapers and all sorts of things. My brother used to like doing that kind of stuff. I'd love to do stuff like that with him if he was available, right? Oh yeah, we got a little creek down here, looks like. I remember this spot. Cool, look at that. Look at that, you guys. Look at here, the water coming out on this side. Slurp, slurp. Your doggies could take a slurp. Cows could take a slurp. But this water is a creek, and where we parked the car, it comes out just down there and actually crosses the road, and I believe it might even end up, there's the creek over there again, ends up, I think it might end up in Edith Lake itself. But again, I'm no expert. But let's keep walking here. I know where we are. It looks like they've got some kind of a crop going in these fields. I don't know much about crops, but you can smell it. It smells really nice. There was a road over there that used to be a shortcut, but I don't know if I can get over there. We'll find out here if that road still exists. If not, we got to walk up by those trees up there. Okay, let's just turn it off for a couple of secs here. So we just rounded the corner here, and we came from way over there. You can see the road where it blocked down. The creek is where all that bunch of willow is. And we're going to continue this way. Goss brings back a lot of memories. Again, this was a place I used to take my son up mountain biking. I had a good friend. We used to mountain bike up here all the time. We kind of had a falling out, me and that one friend there, but who knows? He just didn't seem to enjoy this kind of stuff anymore. Yeah, these fields. Gosh, there used to be lots of animals up in here too. A little bit of an old homestead over there too. Gosh, that's just good. This is so nice up here. Those trees with the white bark, I think those are called poplars. They're kind of a softwood tree, right? When I say softwood, they just kind of punky wood, right? Yeah, there's one laying on the ground here. What do they call that? Deciduous? We're a little bit higher up in here. I don't know. We're probably about, I think we're about 1,000 meters maybe. But they're just starting to get a few leaves on them now. But they develop these funny little scars, black scars all over them. Oh, now we're getting out of the wind. This is what it's about, right? Get into the forest. Get out of the clear-cut fields. Oh, this is lovely. Just lovely. I went for a hike in Peterson Creek already today with my friend and his dog, but when you've been in a place a few times, you know, sure we had a good conversation, but I like to get in places like this I haven't been for a while. And I feel like I could talk and talk and talk. Look at this. These type of forests, you see all the leaves? You can smell those decaying leaves still. I mean, a different kind of forest here with the leaves, right? It's mostly all needles. It looks here, they've been burning up. Probably the down trees, right? It was a long time ago. My dad and me were looking at a piece of property up here in this area. It reminds me a lot of where I grew up mostly in Kamloops, but part of my life in in Williams Lake, and they had a country property. It reminded me of this, right? 7 acres. Wow, this is so nice out here. This is real forest. Okay, I'll turn it off for a sec, Barry. You're getting too excited. Okay. Yeah, this is so nice. So we sort of broken out of that little grove there. Forest next to us here. And we're rolling along here. It looks a little different than I remember, but it's still bringing back a lot of memories. What is this stuff that they're planted here? What is that? Some kind of clover? What is that? I don't know. I'll look it up later. Bet you the animals love eating that. Wow. I think I dressed just about right. It's just lightly sprinkling rain. Yeah. I should trade my big bike in on maybe on a dual sport motorcycle if I'm going to stay around here for a while. That might be nice too. We'll see. Oh, I'm happy right now. Well, they got a little gate here, and through there it breaks out. There should be a cattle guard over there, and there used to be another way in here. But there should be a little lake in here we used to go to. I'm going to undo this. That's how you do one of these, right? Hold on here. Let's see if I can show you. Oops, sorry. And you go through, and you refasten it again. Hold on, I'm just going to put this down for a sec. But the best way to do it is get your shoulder into it. I don't know if I can one-handed. No, I'm going to have to wait. Let me just put the camera down for a second. Hold on. So you just loop this end above the nail there, pull this handle down, pull the handle down, and boom, your gate's closed, right? Cattle or whatever can't get out. And we'll roll. We're going to walk in. Wow, this is cool. I'm really excited to see what it's like down here. And to my surprise, I don't see a whole bunch of non-trespassing signs or those hate signs everywhere. You know, I think that attracts people sometimes. Just leave those signs off and let people discover it, right? Yeah, so here we go. We're heading down. And I think the weather's keeping everybody away. I love this. There used to be people that knew about this place at one time. This is a small little lake. The water from that creek, I believe, originates in here and from places beyond here too. But look at this, everybody. Look at this little lake all to ourselves. Looks like there's a loon in there. Some geese. It's usually a little bit marshy down here, so I'm not going to probably spend much time down here. We'll just take a quick look. But we used to ride our motorbikes and bikes right down in here. Look at that. Eh? Look at somebody left a little kayak in here. I shouldn't be telling you that, but it's not meant to be taken home. Somebody's left it here so they can go for a little paddle. Eh? We probably could too if we wanted to. Be nothing stopping us. You can tell people have had little fires in here. See, you could launch right there. There's a beaver. See the beaver lodge? Of course, I can see a house over there. Well, these farmers keeping a close eye on everybody. This is nice in here. This is where I was thinking about building a small fire. It's in here somewhere. Let's see if we got any potential. It smells nice. Somebody tried to build a little shelter, but this stuff here is really good for building a fire too. Wow, isn't this nice? Yeah, there's lots of wood to use to build a little fire in here. Look at that. Very cool. It's nice and sheltered in here. I just want to take a quick look up top here. Yeah, there we go. I knew there was a second alternative entrance here. See, there's another little gate here. Okay. Same setup to open and close. Right here. Wow, cool. Hold on here. Well, I decided to hop the fence. Be careful when you're hopping these. The post is a bit long here. I just didn't feel like messing with it. Sometimes they're a little bit harder to detach. But I feel like going for a bit more of a walk before we settle in. Let's go this way. Let's go back to the main road over here. Yeah, let's go this way. Yeah, I had a big fire in here again. Clearing land. And here's the main road. Oh, built herself a tiny little fire, one match. See if it keeps going. I didn't want to build much of one. I don't want to stay here very long, but yeah, if you're coming up here, it's turn off the Merritt Highway and Old Merritt Highway, and then take Long Lake Road. You'll pass Goose Lake Road first, and then your next road is Edith Lake Road. And then drive past Edith Lake, look to your right for the big metal gate, and walk. And you come across this little lake. And there's lots of dry wood here. I'm not 100% sure if they want you building any fires in here, but I'm only building a little one for entertainment purposes only. just make sure it's out before you leave. And I don't know if this microphone's working. It doesn't seem to be. Let's see if I can get my mic working. Hold on. I can't seem to get the mic to work. I don't know why. Mic's still not working.